Welcome back! We're playing Katawa Shoujo! It's a nice little, visual novel. I wouldn't even call it a dating sim. A lot of people would call it dating sim, but it's not. It's actually a visual novel, and I think it earns that title, especially considering how well written it is.
But we're getting into semantics at this point. Why don't we start the game?
Okay, so let's start.
Yay, naughty bits!
Those will be censored.
Hopefully.
Alright, starting. Oh! Let's see. Snow. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes.
God, we should censor those.
Shut up, Rob. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The decadus trees provide a beautiful green canopy far out of sight of teachers and fellow students.
That's what she said.
You don't have to reply to every single thing.
But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. Ah yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snow gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of the time passing in this stagnant world.
Okay,
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him well.
Way to have it up.
This is less of a Xanity playthrough as much as it is, I'm going to speak to you with my sexy voice.
This is really kind of hammy, just because of the words he's using. I get it's a visual novel, though.
You don't have to read the narration.
I have to read
No, a
the
lot of people have said that it's pretty hammy at times, but it's well written regardless.
Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time is slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Don't touch my butt!
Don't worry, it's just Slenderman. He's just here for your soul.
He's out? You okay?
Yes, I did!
Dun, dun, dun.
It was so easy.
Yeah.
Hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation.
It's the plot device.
The initial conflict. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. Pum-pum, pum-pum.
I'm gonna slap you in a second.
Let me have my fun.
Girl, it's cold out. Put some pants on.
Jesus Christ. Iwanako, I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours?
I don't know. I don't have a face.
Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. A+ material. Good job, buddy. Pathetic. At least you admit your faults.
Yes, I asked a friend to give you the note. I'm so glad you got it.
Iwanako,
Your
have you taken up smoking?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Alright, well, let's continue. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense, I couldn't move a single muscle, even if I tried.
Well, except for one muscle, but we won't talk about that.
That was like a good audible face bomb. I love it.
My heart! My heart
But Jesus!
My heart is pounding now. As if it were trying to burst out from my chest and claim this girl for itself.
That's what he'd said.
So it's a xenomorph?
Yes. So, here we are. Out in the cold.
Good line, buddy. Keep going.
Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonious noise is music to my ears. My God, man.
Dude, is this what your life sounds like in your head? And
I guess.
reality, it's just you
Like,
fumbling.
I never. Yeah, he's probably like the cacophonious branches are music to my ears. Are there fathers of the boobies? Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself as if supported by some new confidence.
Well, we can save
My
this.
God, just jack your literary
Yeah,
self
seriously,
off more, for God's sake.
For all intents
We
and
love
purposes,
this
this
game,
is
keep in
erotic
mind.
novels material now.
We
are in that
We love this
territory.
game, keep in mind, but
I love this so much, but this now playing it again and just looking at it like this, it's so silly. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her fingers.
Is this the part where I take my pants off?
If
Rob.
you do, I will kill you.
Taking the pants off.
We'll be right back.
and we're back.
And we're back. Rob is dead. The show's just me and Fuzz now.
I'm not quite dead yet. I can still feel my legs.
Okay, we're back.
All the while, the anxious beating of my
I'm
heart
still
grows
alive down here.
Shut up! I'm trying to be romantic! All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. Oh, my throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried.
You see,
You-
I wanted to know.
Did you quit smoking?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
if you'd go out with me.
I stand there, motionless save for my pounding heart. I'm having too much fun with this.
I can tell.
I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point.
And Matt, I swear to Christ, if you have a nosebleed during this game, I will slap you out of hilarity.
Is out?
I reach up to try and massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms.
Is out?
My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shot open in terror.
Aren't these just riveting graphics?
Is out?
You're gonna throw out your voice, dear. The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees.
That's what she said.
The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me. All these
That's how you
fade to
pronounce it?
black. Iwanako?
Yeah.
That's what I figure.
Mm.
Iwanako. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help. And the incessant clatter and the incessant clatter of the branches above.
Damn you squirrels, I'm trying to die in peace.
Fade to black. Beep. Beep.
This really makes me want to play To the Moon.
Four Leaf Studios presents Katawa Shoujo. Literally meaning, you know what? You'll find out what that means in a little
Should we
bit.
explain the history of this game?
Later.
Yeah, we'll explain next. I gotta say, I'm really shocked at how well animated a lot of this game
They
got.
weren't planning on doing it either. They weren't going to do animated anything.
Honestly, the lighting of this reminds me of FMA. No, it does.
You know you're not supposed to talk about FMA because of the history.
I'm sorry.
I mean, seriously, like, look how well done
It
everything
really
is.
is. Is that
Like,
what? That's a vial.
Like, even if it's not animated well, it just looks really
Looks
good.
like an enema.
What?
What the fuck?
What's
wrong with you?
No, the way it is shaped, it looks
Who
like one.
thinks that?
Rob, apparently.
And if you think it, you don't say that. Engineering by Delta. Oh.
Production by Crud.
Ugh.
Well, I wouldn't say that with
We
the
should
production
make
value
these
right
15 minutes, just so we have some
now.
extra
Yeah,
time.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
we might have to.
We're gonna. Well, yeah. I'll just
We'll make
signal
these
when we.
15.
I'll just signal when we stop.
Uh,
I'm paying attention.
let's see. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. Ooh, God, that sucks, bro.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
He had a heart attack at like what, 16?
Yeah, in front of the girl.
I forgot to tell her that I was actually 72 years old when I had a heart condition.
That explains a lot, actually.
In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. It was 0.
Well, actually, it was one with a certain finger.
That's.
Keep going.
Can we get some duct tape for him, maybe? Whatever.
Keep going.
4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts. So I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation.
And that was the birth of the Joker.
I can never say this term.
Arrhythmia.
Arrhythmia?
Yeah,
thought that's-
arrhythmia.
Yeah.
Arrhythmia. I was like, arrhythmia.
Arrhythmia.
The first time I read it, I was like, arrhythmia?
Well, I guess this sentence applies to you.
A strange
and
word.
foreign.
Strange word.
Foreign.
A foreign, alien one. One that you don't want to be in the same room with.
God, he's so annoying. He won't leave me alone.
A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up.
But that video on YouTube made me...
Ooh! God, no, seriously, that would
I think
suck
if you had a
balls.
heart attack at 16, you would.
No,
be
I
pretty
can.
depressed.
I went bald at 20. I understand the misery.
Oh yeah, heart condition, baldness, same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's totally the same thing. I mean, this is, you know, hospitalization versus shiny.
Yes.
Look at how shiny your head is.
Okay. I'm gonna. My parents I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. Ugh. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate for... Wow, I read that
From the treatments.
I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But then the visitors soon dwindled, and all that get-well gifts began to trickle down to nothing shortly after.
And then I realized Game of Thrones had come back on. I was doomed.
I realized the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had turned into a class project. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month... You fucking clowns! I am trying to narrate a story here.
Because this is an audio show, I was like talking to Rob in like not even sign language, just like fuzz language, just me like waving my arms and he was just
You were trying to be Italian and failing at it. That's what you were doing.
I wasn't trying.
Alright, by the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis, because Mommy and Daddy loved me. Iwanako was the last to stop visiting.
So yeah.
She was a whore. She ran away.
Okay.
Alright.
After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. But that's just the way things go! Anyway. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again.
Rob, don't you dare.
The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless, like every medical system. I guess it's because they're in a hurry, and they have a million other patients waiting for them. But it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave.
You had like a lisp when you were saying head cardiologist.
Head cardiologist?
Yes.
Hey, cuddler.
He never...
answered anything straightforward way, but he told me the way to see if treatment surgeries worked.
Thank you for reading that line, Fuzz.
You're welcome.
So, I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time,
It changed into George Clooney.
thinking of it as some kind of omen.
What?
George Clooney is an omen, apparently. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there's at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. I just did.
Well, everything on there is shit except for Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones.
Maybe it was because Rob wouldn't shut up.
Maybe it's because the hospital didn't have HBO.
Maybe it was wrong. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation.
Mm.
I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it one small stack at a time. After consuming them, nom 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 nom, I would go back for more.
Well, you will have to go back for more for next time on
Oh!
Katawa Shoujo.
No, we're still reading.
Yeah.
Alright, we're
No,
15.
no. Let's wait until...
I gotta finish this one sentence real quick. I found that I like reading and that I think I even became addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. Next time on the episode! Ah!
Okay.